sports.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing 6'1" from Utah. It's Tyler Huntley.
A 3-year starter at the University of Utah. He got his NFL opportunity as Lamar Jackson's backup in Baltimore, mainly because he possessed similar qualities. Excellent runner, big-time arm, just has to grow in accuracy and avoiding mistakes.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And ultimately this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal. Here's a 2nd and 8. Huntley to throw. It's Hill, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. Here's Huntley. He finds his man, complete. That's Flores. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Huntley off of play action. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, Huntley. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. And this drive will begin with a run from A-Chain. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. A-Chain here. They stay on the ground. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. Give him a first down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders. A-Chain on 1st and 10. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 10 more there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
A give up the middle to A-Chain. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off with it.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Huntley. That is caught. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
7 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Raiders' 38-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Huntley. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. 3rd down. Here's Huntley now. And that is incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 9 from the 44. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. It's a no-one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
On 3rd down, Love. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. So a coming from Browns territory now at the 32-yard line. H.A. now up the middle. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Off the play fake, Love rolling to his right. Batted at the line, but he still brought it in. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's first and goal. H.A. will score. Touchdown Raiders. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10.
Hey, no, alert, alert.
Looking to throw here, Huntley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They go play action with Huntley. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about, Nelson, all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Love. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Watch out for Hill on the return. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Well, let's spotlight Devin Singletary as this offense comes back out. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
2nd and 10. Singletary trying the left side. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Fight. Ready?
Here's Love. He completes this one to Mingo. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll run for it with A-Chain. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Red, cycle. Let's go, charge.
Throwing, Love. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. On 1st and 10, Love. And this is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Okay, ready?
Now a 2nd and 10.
Field, black. Ready?
Love. Flush to his right. And this one too low.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
becomes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Love.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now, they could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Throwing on 1st and 10, Huntley.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ready.
Huntley working from the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That was signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right,
Here we go.
if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Final play of the half, Love.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
3rd quarter begins with a run from H.A.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready. Fight. 97. Set. Go.
To throw now. Here's Love. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On 2nd down, a run by H.A. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? It looks like they're ready to go.
3rd and long for Love.
He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Garrett Wilson.
74 yards.
And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0.
Browns nothing. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
Let's go. Roll. Hey. Ready, go.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
No.
Right back to Singletary on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hundley looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Here's Huntley. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Alert, smash, unlock line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Brought down by Jalen Thompson.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Right back to A-Chain on 2nd down. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Holding offense.
Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Love now. They set up the screen to A-Chain. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Love from the gun on 3rd down.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They go back to the ground game with A-Chain. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Again, it's A-Chain. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They run for it. A-Chain. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to solve to win a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. First down, they'll stick with Haskins. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 2nd down and 6 now. On 2nd down, here's a run from Haskins. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. To throw, Huntley. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, Huntley. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Huntley to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They're going for it. Huntley.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
He'll get this up to about the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Love looking to throw it.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here's Huntley.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Ready.
On the handoff, it's A-Chain.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Again to Haskins up the middle.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Here's Love. Throw caught by A-Chain.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A 36-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He's going to let it fly. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, CD, this is the ideal situation in the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock, with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense